of Jane McCrae. I would appreciate if you could please go over and click on the subscribe and hit the notification so you can know next time we have something new coming on. And sorry for the interruption, but back to the show. The Saratoga Campaign of 1777, a sequel to Arnold's stubborn retreat from Canada, was a complete American victory. By this, Burgoyne was prevented from joining hands with Howe in New York, and so cutting off Washington's retreat through New Jersey. Schuyler, Lincoln, and Gates commanded the campaign, but Arnold played a large part in bringing about success. One act of some Indians supposed to be allied with Burgoyne helped to bring the militia flocking to the American side. This was the abduction and murder of Jane McCrae. Hearing of it, the population rose in arms on all sides.
Hello, and if you've enjoyed some of our work that you've seen here, please do me a favor and click there over on Patreon corner, and you can see you can become a patron, and for like $1 a month you can give me input on anything that you think would be good to continue on. So we do so much different things, and it's hard to see what people want to see next, so become a contributor as well as have an opinion on what we do next. Thank you.
Ogo Pogo. Damn weird. Canadian folklore, Ogopogo, or Netaka, Salish for lake demon, is a lake monster reported to live in the Okanagan Lake in British Columbia. Canada's Ogopogo has allegedly seen by First Nation people before the 19th century. The most common description of Ogopogo is a 40 to 50 foot long, 12 to 15 meters, sea serpent. In 1926, a sighting is claimed to have occurred at an Okanagan Mission Beach. This event was supposedly witnessed by about 30 cars of people who all claimed to have seen the same thing. In 1968, an Art Folden filmed what is claimed to be footage of the alleged creature, showing a large wake moving across the water. A computer analysis of the footage concluded it was a solid three-dimensional object. Folden noticed something large and lifelike in the distance out in the calm water and pulled out his home movie camera to capture the object. An investigation conducted by Benjamin Radford with Joe Nickell and John Kirk for the National Geographic Channel show Is It Real in 2005 revealed that the object Folden film was indeed a real animal, but its size had been greatly overestimated. It was probably a waterfowl or a beaver too far away to be identified. In 2011, a cell phone video captured two dark shapes in the water. A suggested explanation for the video shows two logs. Radford analyzed the video for Discovery News and concluded the video quality is poor and the camera is shaky, but a closer look at the 30-second video reveals that instead of one long object, there are actually two shorter ones, and they seem to be floating next to each other at a slightly different angle. There are no humps, no head, no form, only two long, darkish, more or less straight forms that appear. Scotland's Loch Ness may have the fame as far as lake monsters go, but for many monster researchers, often dubbed cryptozoologists, Ogopogo, a creature said to lurk in Canada's Lake Okanagan, is the most likely and best documented of all lake monsters. For cryptozoologists like John Kirk and of the British Columbia Scientific Cryptozoological Club, the catalog of films and video of Ogopogo are more numerous and of better quality than anything seen at Loch Ness, and several of them are very persuasive. But by far, the more important are the early Indian legends. There are dozens of reputed lake monsters around the world. But what makes Ogopogo especially interesting is its previous incarnations. According to legend, as a bloodthirsty killer, Ogopogo, some believed, has its roots in native Canadian Indian legends as a beast called Nahaketak that would demand a live sacrifice from travelers for safe passage across Lake Okanagan. Whenever the Indians would venture into the lake, they brought chickens or other small animals to kill and drop into the water to assure a safe journey. One has to wonder what had started this. No society seems to turn sacrifice because there might be something to it. It's clear, however, that these stories were not referring to a literal lake monster like Ogopogo, but instead to a legendary water spirit. Though the supernatural Nahaketak of Okanagan Valley Indians is long gone, a decidedly less fearsome and more biological beast whose exact form is a matter of debate has replaced it. Ogopogo is often described as dark and multi-humped, with green, black, gray, or brown skin. The head is said to look like that of a snake, sheep, horse, seal, or even alleged some witnesses say it has ears or horns, others don't. Many sightings simply describe the featureless log that came alive. For others, descriptions have mentioned a long neck sticking out of the water. A snake-like head is not even an implication of a snake-like neck. Much like older stories of Loch Ness Monster, the dino-like neck and head came in later stories. Lake Okanagan is in British Columbia and it's about 250 miles east of Vancouver. The lake is 84 miles long and about 2.5 to 3 miles wide and an average depth of 249 feet. The lake has been searched several times, most thoroughly in the 1991 expedition that looked for the monster with high-tech devices, including a remotely operated vehicle and a miniature submarine. The pilot took the vehicle to the depth of 840 feet along the lake bottom at the deepest part of the lake, but no Ogopogos were sighted, nor did the submarine discover any of the creature's carcasses or bones. What are eyewitnesses seeing? As with all lake monsters, there is no one specific explanation for accounts for all sightings. They are animals that might be mistaken for a strange creature. When seen at or near the water surface, Ogopogo is real and exists. What is it? Explanation range from a plausible animal such as a manatee, sturgeon, or oarfish to the exotic as in a dinosaur type of prehistoric whale known as zeuglodons. Many sightings of the lake monster may not be any living thing. Lake Okanagan's geological features create long, unusual humps that can look exactly like the monster down to Ogopogo's signature series of humps. In other words, the sight of a moving hump in the water is not an optical illusion, but instead something almost as mundane as floating logs. This is easy to dismiss until you actually review dozens of sighting witnesses and reports and read what eyewitnesses after eyewitness describes as straight featureless logs that seem to be floating in the water. A man visiting Lake Okanagan in 2011 claimed to have captured a video of Ogopogo, according to a report in the Vancouver Sun. Richard Holes said he always believed the possibility of the monster rumored to be living in Okanagan Lake. Ogopogo may not, or may, exist in Lake Okanagan, but certainly can be found if you look through tourist shops along the lake. Tourist shops along the lake sell plenty of Okanagan themed hats, t-shirts, mugs, and plush toys. Kelowna, British Columbia's Daily Courier, is reporting 2 scientists had agreed to analyze the remains of a mysterious-looking specimen found along the shore of Okanagan Lake. The remains were found by Kelowna resident Dan Popoff as he paddled his kayak near the far end of Lakeshore Road. He took them home and froze a meter-long chunk at home. Popoff was reluctant to suggest the strange-looking carcass might be an example of an Ogopogo, a legendary inhabitant of the Okanagan Lake. But he was interested in finding out just what it was. He contacted Arlene Gall, a Kelowna woman who has written extensively on Ogopogo sighting over the years. Gall was making arrangements to send these tissue samples and carcass to the deep researchers who she declined to identify. She stated that if she named them, people would be calling them left and right. They won't be able to get on with the business of determining just what the creature is. So let's see here, we're working on second day of play on comic book game. Chair creaky sound, creaky sound. Where we're picking up today is, okay, we pick up at the intersection that happens to be between an old churchyard, because he's over there, as in Chase is going to meet Linda there and start a discussion on what she saw out behind the labs. I will need, is there any specific skill you're using for this interrogation or interview? Yeah, we'll call it an interview instead.
Yeah, just
interesting.
I'd probably be using my intuition and my psyche.
Okay, let's
experience.
roll off your intuition then. What's your intuition?
Good.
Okay.
A 10. 87.
Go ahead and roll.
I did. 87.
Okay. We gotta find the 2 hit charts. Oh, I didn't have it. Okay, now what was the stat? Intuition, what'd you have?
Intuition. Good.
And what'd you roll?
87.
Oh, that's a yellow. So we'll say two successes. Okay, tell you is in the description what she saw. She can't seem to specify if it was more of a lizard man or more of a Bigfoot. That's just what she's going with. But in actuality, her description might as well be a shadow person. What she saw, like, almost seemed to, like, not match shapes that she says. So you're not sure what she saw. But she saw something, and she seems to be responding as if she's seen something. You're just unsure on what it was she saw.
She found something.
And it was bigger than man size.
So she's basically not knowing what she saw.
Yeah. Now, while you're thinking up some questions you may have specifically for her, I'll give you 2. And then you can start coming out. You'll come out during this discussion, walking across the parking lot. Your car's parked like across, right there at the edge. So it's like there's your car, the sidewalk, a road, a sidewalk, them. They're like the bus stop across the street.
I yell over at him, so she feeding you lies?
Now, what were your questions or things you wanted to ask her more specifically?
Why was she in that area? Is number one. Why was she out there?
Can I butt in on this conversation?
You will after the two questions.
And
She was back there to meet a friend who also works at this place.
okay,
It was just the closest place they could meet.
and
She didn't know it was like off limits, but
okay,
yeah, that's what happened.
and who is that? Did they see the same thing?
I don't think I can answer that. Without getting someone in trouble. Okay. You can come out now and say something to them about this whole thing.
Okay, first off, to answer your first question, she was back there to get into the bone zone with the congressman's son.
You know him. His name is Troy.
Troy, huh?
She was only back there to get the bone zone on with Troy.
You also know Troy has a girlfriend, and it's not Linda. Or she has a girlfriend.
So he's playing both sides of the coin.
No, he's well, same side, going twice. He has a girlfriend. It's Sylvia Shasta,
My boss's,
sister.
yeah.
Linda is apparently saying that he's cheating with her.
All that is not really any of my business onto it.
Well, see, this is what I call bullshit on her saying that Sasquatch or Lizard Man or whatever she said she saw. Because I bet you anything she was down on her knees facing the wall into his crotch.
But if I didn't see anything, why would I bring all this attention to myself?
Your
about it?
imagination and you're an attention whore.
Well,
That
if this all just can come to this, I guess you already got me fired today.
I smell poop.
Roll up, change this.
40.
She decides to head over to her car, which is on and the stereo's playing, so you guys can like hear music playing in the background while you guys are.
Who's in the car?
No one. Look. I just wanted to listen to music.
What imagining Troy?
I don't have to imagine it.
Man stealer.
I'm not taking him.
Yeah, you are. You're sleeping with your ex-boss's sister's boyfriend.
I'm pretty sure I've probably done with something that kind of an extreme line of people. I've probably done this before.
Start calling you town bicycle. Everybody gets a ride.
Oh!
Watch out, she might go for you too.
I'm stepping away from this argument.
You might want to get checked for the clap.
Okay. Looks like Linda's gonna leave. Do you want to stop her?
I got all the information I needed.
Yeah, I'm done with her.
I got more information than I needed.
Okay. As she gets over to her car, she gets in. Right before she gets in, she gets shocked by the door.
What'd you do? Freaking hell.
Nothing.
Do it.
She goes like this and the door opens. But then the stereo, the music stops. An announcement comes across the news. The circus will apparently be having a special exhibit at their winter camp site. They're not doing a normal show. There won't be the rings or anything like that. More of an exhibition show. But apparently they bragged they right now just found the world's largest crab.
Yeah, she's about to get into her car.
She gets in her car, drives off, flips you off.
Yeah, is that your age, IQ, or number of white parents?
So, what do you do?
Start walking away to my driver.
Okay, I should ask you, where are you parked?
I'm parked out.
Here's like a little map. Here's the radioactive company, medical labs, parking lot, intersection. There'd be another street over here. This is the church across the street, and this is where you guys had the interview.
He's just parked right over, not too far away from there.
Okay.
Just walking away, staying away from the.
Make it intuition roll.
83.
Okay. You just noticed someone at the bus stop that looks like someone you saw back when you were in the hospital with the experiments going on. Just kind of like looking like and go back to ignoring everything going on. What do you do?
Warn him about it.
Oh, warn him?
Mm-hmm.
Watch out for that guy at the bus stop?
Mm-hmm.
Because he.
Could do
Doug
something
pulls
bad.
up.
By the way, my name is Violet. I work over at the labs.
Have you ever seen any of the monsters she was saying?
She just drove off.
I mean, other than her.
What are you guys talking about?
Nothing. I'll be in the car soon.
Well, I had some stuff I had to pick up.
Oh.
Here, I'll give you the tickets, and I'll meet you at the circus.
Okay.
Here's your ticket for both of you. So both tickets.
I could be so mean right now.
What's she doing? She jumped up on my leg on the way out.
I know there are creatures like that she's been describing, but they're not loose.
Really? None of them got loose, huh?
Not that I know of.
Is there a way you can find out?
Yeah.
Question is, are you going to tell me?
Question is, are you gonna believe that crabby bitch over there?
I'd rather believe you than her.
Okay then. Here's my number.
Thank you. Call me if you find any information.
Go
Or
on,
I'll
intuition
call.
check.
I will call you and see if you found any information.
87.
Okay. I should have checked on the map. You know, you should mark on here. Well, we've established where your home is, but if you have a separate home, we should establish probably where that is. We'll assume it's in the same residential area as everyone else right now. Make it
Okay. Sounds good.
easy. Woodrow,
87.
what's your intuition?
Typical.
Well, that's still a green. When you get in the car over here, right behind the swamp, you saw something roughly man-shaped run by.
Hey,
Hey, she's hanging you.
Yeah. What's going on?
follow me.
Sounds good to me.
You guys are heading that way? Okay. Heading off towards as you head towards the swamp area, the forest at the edge of the swamp, you see signs saying, private property, do not cross. Have you said anything yet to them, or what do you guys do?
Just keep following me.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, you finally get over there to the edge. Both of you guys make intuition checks.
I would have. Thank you.
Bitch, kitty.
85. She's going, but it's my place to play.
96.
Okay. What'd you roll?
80.
85.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. I think he starts with a higher intuition. Excellent. A yellow. Typical. It's a green. So, you guys don't see anything, but because you got yellow, you do hear noise coming from deeper in.
Keep going.
Okay. You guys both need rolls again, so you can keep tracking.
99.
That's a
73.
yellow. That's a green. Okay. It's been about, approaching like 10 minutes in. Finally, you start seeing it looks like it's breaking over into like a watery area. And you hear a splash. A big old splash in that area.
I go check it out.
Okay. Get over there, look around. Yeah, it's a big old splash, and it looks like an alligator swimming away.
I guess she was right.
Well, so it's just an alligator out there, huh?
Yep.
Well,
But we can keep looking if you want.
No, we'd like you guys to leave. It's a couple soldiers. Looks like they got the Mario, all this stuff made up for like they're doing war maneuvers or something.
Sorry, I was just checking out the area.
Yeah, well,
My boss wanted me to check it out. I work at the lab.
oddly enough, they hired us to check it out.
I'm investigating missing animals.
Okay. Well, You
Yeah,
head out.
yeah, we'll leave.
okay. Both of you guys roll percentage dice.
eight.
62.
Okay, with a 62, you'll notice that there's two people, military dress, look like it says Fort Maxwell, and a guy in some kind of armor. It's not big armor, it's more like, you know, oh, at best like Star Trek Stormtrooper armor. It's not like, you know, Iron Man armor. So, but it seems to be form-fitting to their body. And you guys head out. Okay, you guys head out to the parking lot. What do? They stop at the edge of the jungle, or the swamp. They don't follow you out. One's calling in, and as you start heading back to the parking lot, Karen steps out. You alright?
Yeah, I was just looking around seeing if I could find any of the animals that came up missing.
Well, I told you, I didn't want people taking the chance with their lives with that. I've got, you know, I've got people that don't mind doing that we can hire to go do that. So, you call it a day and you go out and get out of here. So, she goes back inside.
Like I said, I'll call you sometime this week and see if you find any information. I start walking over to my driver.
Okay. Any reason anything would stop you from leaving? On either side? Okay. So he gets in his car and takes off. Buzz shows up and picks up the stranger at the street. Actually, he's probably gone. Yeah. Just gone by that point. You guys are gone for a while. 10 minutes out in the jungle or the swamp. Keep calling it jungle. And you get to go to you gotta go to the circus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you go to the circus. Give you it's more of like I said, an expedition. Exhibit. You have sword swallower, a fortune teller, a guy walking around on stilts. You have some clowns and some acrobats. He knows the acrobats. They taught him acrobatics. The Ronaldos, the flying Ronaldos. It's also a fat lady, a strong man, and a dog-faced boy. Half the show is just, you know. Plus, they have a crab. You go through the whole, just watch everything, go through it all, shoot it all. Okay? Well then, I'm going to say that when you finally get to that point, we'll go more into, since you're not really exploring the circus at this time of year, or just going through the show. You see all those acts. Swallower does his bit, also does some flame, eating. Fortune teller's not really part of this show. She more just has a booth. Stilt man kind of walks around while the clowns are doing their bit. You get to meet, if you want, with the Ronaldos again. They helped you learn acrobatic. What's your acrobatic skill? Down towards the second to last one.
Mighty.
See, you can compete. You can show your stuff. So, they're the ones that taught you. You had to been taught by people that worked professionally to do it. That's why you're as good as you are.
Yeah, since they're in time.
So they're possible contact for you in this situation. You finally get to the giant crab. I take it you're assuming it may be one of your guys's. It's the size of a horse. having a tent. A guy who also is equally covered in crab skin, it looks like. Looks like he might just have some kind of skin growth problem, but looks like an armor almost. Is calling himself Crab Man. Is with his pet crab. And he tells everyone how he found it out in the swamps nearby.
That is one of ours.
And it has a name on it. He knows his name is Ray because it says right there his name is Ray. If you look closely, it looks like there's 2 letters at the end of that broke off in the mud and that. So it probably says Ray on.
I alert Doug on that.
Okay. Let Doug know that they have your crab.
Yep.
Okay. What should I do about it?
Call Karen.
Oh yeah, okay. We'll be right back. He goes places a call. He goes back to his car. He's got his, well, no, he's got his cell phone on. See, old, outdated. Some old guy. Pulls out his phone, makes a phone call. Okay, she says we should just act like it's nothing out of the ordinary and just like, leave.
No, let's go.
If necessary, the same people I guess you ran into earlier today will be sent over to deal with it, but
And they'll bring somebody to take care of the problem.
so you say that
It's
came
not
out
a
of
problem.
No, figure of speech.
shoot it from a distance. It's gotta be blown up. It's gotta die. It's gotta end up in the wall. It's gotta be stuffed. We're gonna have a big party. Okay.
Crab meat. Hello, Guido.
Okay. We actually got there pretty quick. That's because there's a possibility of his character. Damn. You're just a butt. I should do another roll on both you guys through whatever skills, otherwise just intuition, to see if you guys notice just walking around general details about the...
No. 97.
90.
What do you want? Huh? Hey. You want to hold my hand?
Okay.
You want to hold my hand?
For what you've seen, for the most part, a guy named Noose seems to be the boss of the place. The Ringmaster's not even in town right now, so that's why they're not doing regular shows. This is their winter camp. On the map I can show you later on where they're located, in comparison to where you guys are, which is not that far away. Your home is not any more farther away than this place. Would you roll again? 96? Yeah, okay, you got high enough. You will notice, for a crab, it still didn't look like a native species, though. It didn't just look like big. It looked like an unknown species.
She just wants to hold my hand. I don't get that. So, it doesn't look anything like that area, huh?
No, it doesn't look like a crab from that area. It doesn't look like just a large crab. It looks like a different species of crab, too. So you might want to start checking into that. Well, on the other side, we're going to make this short. On the other side for you, You get to meet Sylvia. Before you guys head home, she shows up
Why'd you swap me?
with Troy. Hey, Troy and Sylvia showed up.
My friend Troy, huh?
Yeah.
Come say hi.
Yes. Troy, we'll start with, I heard you had an encounter today with someone I know.
Yeah, somebody you know pretty well.
So he just kind of motioned for you to like. So, do you want to ask any questions or anything, or do you have any problems?
Well, I know you were. I have a pretty good idea that you were there when she said she saw something over there, over by the swamp area.
Okay.
Did you see anything?
Thinks it's Sylvia. Sylvia look over to you and go, he didn't see anything behind my sister's labs.
Labs.
No, he said he didn't see anything behind her sister's labs.
Her sister runs the labs.
I know, but it just didn't sound right.
I know, I heard laps.
But you
She
were
goes, Troy, go get something for me to drink. So he goes off. She looks and says, I know about her. And you know his effect on women.
Mm-hmm.
I have him for what I want him for. These little slight dalliances make no difference to me. But she doesn't need to be sticking her business into the animal labs.
That's what she was doing.
Yes, so that's why she was gotten rid of. Seems that our shared man had some questions about your labs.
By the way, the new exhibit is our crab.
Oh yes, that's why I was called. Let's come and look. How large was it?
About the size of a horse.
Okay, good.
And it says
Good.
Ray. The other,
Well, it was originally marked.
yeah. And it looks like the other part of our company's name is broken off.
But just the crab?
As far as I know, yeah.
And just the size of a horse?
Yeah.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. We may have nothing to worry about. May just be an aberration,
What?
of course they say. Could be something that fed off some bad sewage. Who knows? Have a nice day.
You too.
And she goes on inside. Follow me, or yeah. Troy Harrow, that's it. Meets her. Harrow Maxwell. Troy Harrow Maxwell III. Long fucking name. But he gives you a wave. Goes ahead, following her. She's kind of a spooky lady. Kind of a little goth. The older one. Sylvia. Wears a lot of black. Has very white skin. So is her sister, but her sister wears like pastels.
Her sister's nicer.
Yeah. Karen seems much more friendly. You sitting there licking on my camera? Is that all we're hearing?
Lick, 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 lick. Why'd you wink at me?
So,
Oh, and final thing to kind of notice. Linda may also have been experimented on at one time or something. It seems, because she seemed to be showing some abilities.
Yeah.
So, we'll call that for now. slaughter of the Florida Huguenots. Although the Spaniards were the first to explore Florida, they were slow to settle it. In 1564, de Laudonnière, the Huguenot leader, established at Fort Caroline a French settlement. The Spaniards realized that if their returning treasure ships were to be safe, the land could not remain in the enemy hands. Pedro Menendez was sent to rout the French. He not only routed them, but butchered those who surrendered. I would appreciate if you could please go over and click on the subscribe and hit the notifications so you can know next time we have something new coming on. And sorry for the interruption, but back to the show.